Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are live. It's been a while. It's been almost 3 weeks. My last stream was December 1st. Today's December 21st. So tomorrow would have been 3 weeks, 21 days. Yeah, I don't know. I've been in a rut. What did I say? Rut? I've been in a rut. Haven't really felt creative. And I would probably say going through like seasonal depression stuff. Just my mood's been off. Feel a lot better right now. That's why we're here. Mainly because winter break started yesterday. Yesterday was the last day of school. Now I got 12 days. 12 days of no school. And I need to finish these games. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Link's Awakening. We've been playing these games since the first week of September. It's almost 4 months of playing these games. And it's taken me forever to get these games done. I want these games done this week. Like before the 31st. I cannot go into 2025 still playing these 2 games. And there's going to be a lot of changes happening to the channel as we go into 2025. Because my logic originally was, oh, streaming is great because it actually lets me play through games and lets me actually finish games instead of having a bunch of games sitting around. But for the past 4 months, it's taken me longer to play games. And because I'm playing these 2 games on stream, I kind of don't feel like playing other games because I just want to focus on finishing these 2. But then I only play these 2 when I'm ready to stream. So there's this whole issue of me not playing games and games taking me longer to finish than if I was to like, not stream them. So there are going to be some changes as we go into 2025. I'm going to do an update video later this week, or next week, I should say. Kind of laying out my plans for 2025. I won't go into it here, but I just want to let you guys know that there will be changes. But my goal for winter break is to finish Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga and finish Link's Awakening. So we're going to be streaming a lot in the next week. What's up, Benner? How are you? I see you in the chat. Welcome. You said, oh, he vibey. Yeah, it's the vibes. It was perfect. Well, like you said, it was almost perfect, right? Because it snowed on the last day of fall. It would have been perfect if it snowed on the first day of winter. But, you know, I woke up this morning, there was snow outside. So that's a perfect way of waking up to the first day of winter, seeing snow outside. Santa Claus was out here today too. Follow my personal page, Straw Hat Zulfi, on Instagram. You would see Santa Claus was in the neighborhood. Santa Claus was also very early to your neighborhood, Binner. Apparently, you said that happened a couple weeks ago. I don't know what he was doing out that early. What's up, Amon? How are you? Welcome to the stream. And Binner says, hope your holidays are going well. Yeah, hope you're having a good one, Amon. So yeah. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on, because it's been a while. Like I said, it's been 3 weeks since the last stream, and I kind of took a break before that one too. You know, there was, Binner knows, but there was stuff going on in our family, so I took a break from posting content in like November, and then I was like, oh, December's here, let's start fresh. And then I just went into a rut. I did one stream December 1st and then went into a rut, like seasonal depression stuff. And I don't even, and it's like, it's the worst because you can't explain what's wrong. Because everything's going fine. I'm doing good at my job, right? Like everything's fine relationship wise with me and my wife. So it's like everything's fine. But like you just have this sense of like sadness that kind of like that you feel. I don't know. It's weird. And it happens every December for some reason. Maybe it's just like, I think what it is it's the end of the year, and I think part of me is like subconsciously just like reflecting, and maybe like I'm being too harsh on myself, where maybe I set some goals at the beginning of the year, and now that the year is almost over, and then I look back at it and I'm like, this year could have been better. I think that's what a lot of people feel, and that's probably why a lot of people get that type of feeling this time of year. I was actually talking to a coworker yesterday about it too, and she said, you're not the only one that feels like that. There's a lot of people that feel like that this time of year. And, you know, expenses are also up for people that celebrate Christmas and whatnot. You're spending a lot of money on presents and gifts. So, like, sometimes money is tight this time of year. So there's a lot of factors that can add to why a person feels the way they feel at the end of the year. And I felt it for years. I just never talked about it. And that's what our conversation yesterday was about. She was like, you should talk about it. You should talk about why you think you feel that way and share it with people, because it will make you feel better. Because usually I just internalize it, right? And I just keep it to myself, and will seem moody and not want to talk or do anything. And then it's hard because sometimes I feel like I don't know what's going on. And even right now, I don't know fully what's going on. But I am feeling better because it's winter break and we're playing video games. New Year's coming up. That's always great because New Year's is a perfect time to reset, right? Things that didn't work this year, get rid of them. Start, implementing some new habits to try to achieve whatever goal it is that we're trying to achieve. You said, I remember when we were growing up, I thought first day of winter meant snow. So if I was a kid, this would have been exciting. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I don't know if we've ever had a situation like this before. I can't remember ever having snow on the first day of winter. Like, I know we've had snow in December, like before the first day of winter, obviously. But I can't recall. But then again, back in the day, we didn't really keep track of like what day was day. So there probably might have been a day where it was the first day of winter and I just didn't know it was the first day of winter and there was snow outside. But nowadays, I keep up with everything, especially as a teacher. I teach the kids about seasons and stuff, and I keep track of all that stuff, like when's the first day, when's the last day. Part of our morning meeting is to talk about what season it is, what's the weather outside, what day it is, what month it is, all that stuff. So I keep track of all that stuff now. I don't know if other people do. Maybe they do. With social media, it's a lot easier because you'll just have a lot of pages that you follow will post happy fall or happy winter, right? And then you just know by that, oh, it's the first day of winter. But it was nice. It was actually nice seeing kids outside today. Like, there was kids chasing Santa Claus outside, kids playing in the snow, throwing snowballs and stuff. It was nice to see because that kind of just took me back to being a kid. It reminded me of my childhood. You don't see too much of it anymore. Or maybe I'm just not in the right area, because the place that I live in, there's a lot of elderly, senior people that live here, so there's not a lot of kids. So it was nice to actually see a group of kids out there playing today. Same here. Hope you're having a good holiday. Thank you, Amon. Yeah, I'm having a good one. It just started, I guess. I'll say today is the first full day of my winter break. So it just started. Today was a good day. We got a bunch of chores done. Got some cleaning done, some organizing done. Even though I'm on break, I still want to do stuff every day that's like, productive. I posted my winter home decor video today as well. D-Jack did a great job with the decorations, like she always does. I actually filmed a short as well that'll be posted either later tonight or tomorrow. So we're trying to get back into the flow of making content again. I think it'll be great to just have this next 12 days, because I don't go back till January 2nd. So this is a pretty long winter break for me. Usually it's 10 days, but just because of like when Christmas and New Year's is falling, I just have like extra days, 2 extra days than I would normally have, which is awesome. So I'm off from now up until January 1st. I go back on January 2nd, which is a Thursday. And we're only back for 2 days, and then it's the weekend again. So that's pretty cool. The thing that sucks is, like, our school is going up until, like, the last day of June, though, because of these days. That's if we use snow days. If we don't have any snow days, it'll go back, like, 2 days. So it'll be, like, it'll be June. Did I say January or June? I meant June. June 28th. It'll be June 28th if we don't have any snow days. If we have, like, one snow day, it'll be June 29th. If we have 2 snow days, it'll be June 30th, because there's, like, 2 built-in snow days in our calendar. But yeah, we're getting out pretty late. Summer's gonna start late for us this year. Yeah, same. I stopped posting in my book page. I just started back up. Yeah. And that's what I want to try to do, is use this week, or these next 12 days, or 11 days now, because today's gone, right? Actually, no, we're still here. But I try and use these days to try to get back into the habit of it, right? They always say that if you have New Year's resolutions, you should just, like, start in December. Start a week or 2 before, so you could kind of get into the flow of it. They say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. So ideally, you should start, like, December, like the second week of December, I would say. Or no, 1 week into December, like December 7th or something. You should start so that by January 1st, whatever it is that you want to do in January is sort of, like, already kind of a habit. Or it's at that point where you're used to it. And then you can just keep it going. It's also the lack of sunlight. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, makes me sad. Yeah, that's definitely another one for sure. There's a lot of factors to why people feel the way they do around this time of year. Especially for people that go out to work, sunlight is a big one, because you go to work and the sun is rising, and then you leave work and then the sun is setting. Right? Like, the sun set today at like 4. I think it was 4:30 something, 4:38 or something like that was sunset time today, I think. So let me look it up real quick, because I was looking at it earlier. I think that was the time. Yeah, it was 4:38. That's crazy. A lot of people that work 9 to 5, right? If you get out at 5, the sun is basically setting. And then sunrise is at like 7:18. So yeah, like, by the time you leave your house for your 9 to 5, the sun had just came up like an hour ago. And it's gone before you get home. Yeah, that sucks. You just feel like you spent your whole day, right, at work. That's what it makes you feel like, that you didn't have any free time. Even though you still have the same amount of time, you just, because of the lack of sunlight, you just don't feel it. I still hit my reading goal this year, so that's great. But posting content has declined. Yeah. It's tough. It really is. Like, I'm definitely going to have a different focus as far as goals go for next year. I think I kind of set the bar too high. Like, my goal was to hit, for this year was to hit 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. That's what I wrote in my journal in January, like at the very beginning of the year. Because I thought that would be like a reasonable number. Like, it doesn't seem that high. It's a big number still, but I was like, it seems like a manageable number. Because I was at like 400 subscribers or something last December. So I was like, I only have to gain like 1,000 more this year. And instead of gaining 1,000 more, I only gained 400 more. So we're only at like we're almost at 800 subscribers. We're like 798 as of this morning when I checked. I don't know what the count's at right now, but so yeah. So I basically missed my goal by 700 subscribers, but I'm not trying to be too tough on myself, because I'm just going to look at it like I'm in a better place now than I was last year, right? 400. I basically doubled the amount of subscribers I had from last December, if you think about it. If I had 400 something and now I'm basically at 800, we doubled it. So I should be happy. 800 is better than 400, right? And you just keep going, and you just keep being consistent, and you know, the more you post, the more likelihood something will pop off or go viral or get people's attention. Again, a lot of it also has to do with me going into these ruts and these, like, taking these breaks that weren't really planned but just ended up happening. But yeah, like, my goal, like, is going to be very vague for the upcoming year. I'm not going to be very precise with numbers or anything like that. You said my summer screwed up my content creation. I read 60 to 50 books, but my IG growth paused for like 4 months. I had like 10 followers last December. Have 500 now. Yeah, that's amazing. So that's what you gotta look at. Like, just look at where you were last December and compare it to now, right? Like, it's not like I'm still at 400 something subscribers, right? And the whole year went by and we didn't have any growth, right? Like, we made growth. So I gotta be proud of growth. It's all about slow progress. That's what it is. By the way, I'm just gonna be... I have these here. These mini croissants. I'm just gonna be eating these. I have a tea here too that I've been drinking, but I don't want my tea to get cold. What's up, August? How are you? You said, look who is streaming. Yeah, we're back. After 3 weeks. 3 weeks tomorrow. 20 days. You said, congrats, Essay. That's amazing. Yeah. She does, for people who don't know, Essay does Bookstagram. And her Instagram account is Woodland Reader. Or I think it's like Woodland_Reader. Yeah, exactly, August. You said progress in general, focus on the input, not the output. Exactly, and I think at a certain point I did start focusing on the output a lot, where I was like just looking at the numbers, but the numbers don't really mean anything in the long term, because there are people that I'm subscribed to that I don't even watch anymore, right? So it's like fixating on that is pointless, because there's probably a bunch of people that are subscribed to me that don't actually watch the stuff I post. They just maybe liked one video I posted and hit the subscribe button and then never watched anything, right? So like, focusing on that, it is kind of pointless. Even on like Instagram, like my Instagram account has like over 800 followers, right? But the posts that I post don't really get too much like interactions, because a lot of those people don't actually like engage with my content, right? So like focusing on the number, I'm learning it's not that important, and yeah, you should focus on the input, like what you're putting in, and you should enjoy it. We had this conversation in your stream. You should enjoy the journey and not fixate on the destination. Like, as long as you enjoy the journey, then you're fine. You're good, because you like what you're doing. August, you said you just got home. Where were you at? People are crazy on the roads. L, you were at the store. You're doing some last second Christmas shop in August. You're one of those that wait till the last second. I did not go anywhere today. It was just at home, so I have no idea what it's like outside. I've been just doing chores, cleaning the place. I took a nap. Just been chilling. Been a complete homebody today. You said, yeah, I think it's more about engagement. Exactly. like what we're doing right now, this is what's important. Even if it's just a few people in here talking and chatting, that's what it's about. Like, so I like appreciate you, SA, I appreciate you, August, Iman, the people that show up in here regularly. I appreciate you guys a lot. And that's what I should be focusing on. The people that are actually showing up and not trying to, like, you know, focus on, oh, why aren't more people coming? That's not the right mindset to have. Not many people out where you're at, SA. You're making chicken soup and grilling steak. Oh, that sounds good. Nice. Chicken soup is like a perfect type of dish to have today, actually. Because of the snow outside. It's a vibe. But have you been outside too, SA? You said there's not many people out where you're at. Were you out as well earlier today? Less followers, but more engagement and interaction over more followers and less... Wait, let me read that again. You said less followers, but more engagement and interaction over more follow... Yeah, exactly. You said over more followers and less engagement. Yeah, 100%. It's more important that the people that follow you actually care about the stuff you're posting, right? And talk and leave comments and interact with your stuff and engage with it, right? And that's more important, even though there might be a few of them doing it. But if they care, they care, and that's what matters. Because, you know, there's like these big YouTubers out there and channels where people just follow them just because they have a lot of followers, right? If you remember a couple of years ago, actually it's been a while, when like PewDiePie and Mr. Beast were battling it out for #1. Or not PewDiePie and Mr. Beast, it was PewDiePie and T-Series. Mr. Beast was telling people to just go follow PewDiePie, to subscribe to him, to keep him as the #1 channel on YouTube. So many people subscribed to PewDiePie's channel, right? Just because they were trying to keep his channel at #1. People that didn't even care about PewDiePie or his content. It eventually pushed him over 100 million subscribers. Because of it wasn't just Mr. Beast, it was a bunch of YouTubers that were pushing for PewDiePie to just stay #1 on YouTube. And what ultimately happened is, PewDiePie is retired now, so it doesn't really matter, but when he posts a video, it still gets millions of views, but it will get like maybe like 2, 3, 4 million views. But 2, 3, 4 million views, and you have like 100,000 subscribers. That means there's like 95. You have 100 million subscribers. What am I talking about? You have over 100 million subscribers. So that means 95 million subscribers are not watching PewDiePie's stuff. And he still gets a lot of views, because 5 million views is still a lot. But like, it's crazy. Like, but just think of that, but on a smaller scale channel. That's what you got to look at. So like, I mean, I'm kind of dealing with that right now, if you think about it, right? Like, because I have 800 subscribers, but I get a very small fraction of that. People actually come and watch my videos. But I think it is usually always like that. Soup and steak sounds good. It's so cold, I know it's gonna slap. Yeah. Thankfully, we got our heat fixed too. We actually got our heat fixed like 2 weeks ago because it was doing that in and out thing where sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. Thankfully, we got it fixed, so it's been working consistently now for like the past 2 weeks. So I'm glad we decided to do that and get that work done. Because if the heat was still playing games with us, it'd be a rough couple of days right now. You said I grabbed a few gifts and had to go food shopping. Okay. Yeah, I went to Wawa earlier. Crowds are less. I think people here are scared to drive in the snow. But the streets should be clear, right? It didn't seem like the streets were affected too much. Then again, I really haven't been out. I've just been looking at the street outside. I guess they cleared the streets. But when I woke up this morning, the streets seemed kind of clear. It wasn't really sticking to the streets. It just stuck on the grass. I'm pretty sure I might be subscribed to PewDiePie and I don't watch him. Yeah, exactly. Earlier this year, I went through all the channels I was subscribed to and unfollowed a bunch. I'm no longer interested in or that no longer posts. I did that on all my socials. Okay. Yeah. You went through a social media cleanse. I should probably do that too. That's also a great thing to do, like at the end of the year, going into the new year. Do a little social media cleanse. Go through all the pages you follow, because there's a lot of clutter and stuff. And honestly, the stuff you don't even engage with, it doesn't even show up on your feed. Like the algorithms on YouTube and Instagram, they just put stuff that you regularly interact with in your feed. Like even like the stories at the top, like the ones that you click on the most will always be there. Because I follow a lot of people, but I barely watch, like I don't watch everybody's story, and I don't see everybody's posts, right? Even on Facebook, where I have like 600 something friends on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure I don't see everybody's posts. I just see the same people over and over again, the people I regularly interact with. The algorithm just over time just says, hey, you never interact with this person, you're never going to see their stuff anymore. And I think YouTube and Instagram, they do the same stuff, where if you don't really engage with their stuff, they just stop showing you stuff. And another thing that's been happening in the past year or two, ads have been taking over a lot of space on social media. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like when I'm scrolling through my Instagram account, like almost every other post, or maybe like like after every 2 posts, there's like an ad for something. And even when I'm going through stories, like in between people's stories, there's ads. Like it just is cluttered. Like I see more ads probably than stuff that people actually post on social media. And then with Reels and like TikTok or YouTube Shorts, that's just a whole nother thing, where you just get stuck in that cycle. Like as soon as I click on this Reels like option, or if I watch like a YouTube Short, or if I'm on TikTok for even a second, you really get sucked into it. And I'm trying for next year to kind of stay off of that. I like TikTok is not benefiting me. Like part of me wants to almost like delete it, but I just like it because there are stuff that has a chance to go viral a little bit on there, and maybe it'll filter in some people to the YouTube channel. That's the only reason I have it. But a part of me has been thinking about just getting rid of TikTok in general. Part of me kind of hopes TikTok was just like closed down. Wasn't there like a rumor or something where people were saying like TikTok was going to get banned or something? A part of me wants that to happen just so like it's gone. But while it's here, I still feel like I should be taking advantage of it, because there's like certain shorts that I'll post on there that go a little bit more viral than if I was to post them on YouTube or Instagram. The streets by me melted compared to last night. Last night it was slushy roads. You said August. I did that with my email subscriptions. Yeah, I do that with email subscriptions too. I have to do that all the time on my emails. I'm subscribed to too many. Yeah. And I actually subscribe to a lot of like teaching resources, because there's websites where they're like, here's a free like worksheet packet or something. But in order to get this free worksheet, you have to subscribe. So I ended up subscribing to a lot of like teaching resource pages and stuff, just because I was trying to get free like material for school. And then eventually I have to go in there and like unsubscribe to them all, because they constantly send me emails. You said, Binner, you said, I literally see the same 3 people on Facebook. Yeah. Facebook looks like such a mess of a platform in general. Yeah. I've just, the only reason I'm on there is because a lot of the people I work with are older, and they just have a Facebook. They don't really have Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. So it's kind of like a platform for me to keep up with like my coworkers and stuff. A lot of them are older than me, like they're in their 50s, 60s even. So, and Facebook is also the social media platform that I've been using the longest, right? Since like 2009. So It's there. I use it. But it is pretty messy. They added so much stuff to it. Marketplace, and there's so many tabs when you go onto it. There used to only be like 2 tabs, right? Like it was your timeline and then your page or something like that, I think, back in the day. Now it's like there's so many different pages on Facebook. I made one, like you said, just for the marketplace, but when I see the feeds, yeah, it makes you want to throw up. It doesn't look the best. Yeah, the user interface is not friendly. Some people literally just have it for Facebook Marketplace. I've been getting addicted to Reels lately. Yeah, I want to use Facebook Marketplace too. I have mad stuff I need to sell after deep cleaning my house. Yeah, and Facebook is probably one of the best places to sell stuff locally. Especially big stuff, because you don't have to worry about shipping and all that. They can either come to your place or you go to their place, or the best thing is to publicly meet somewhere. There was that story that came out a couple weeks ago where someone got oh no, it wasn't a story. It was actually a family member's friend who experienced this. It was in a group chat. But basically the father, I don't know what the situation was. I don't know if the father was trying to sell something on Facebook Marketplace and someone came to his house and ended up shooting him and robbing him of what the item was that he was trying to sell. But like it can be sketchy too. Like this way you gotta look at people's reviews. If you're buying something, look at the seller's reviews. Make sure they have like good ratings. And then if you feel like something's sketchy, then ask them to meet in a public place that has cameras. The best place is like a police station, a local police station, because most likely they're not going to do anything that's going to get them in trouble. And if they refuse to meet you there, then that's like a red flag. Do not interact with that person. I mean, all of my Facebook interactions have been good because I just look at the reviews. I look to see what their seller rating is. And then also as a seller, I don't know if there's a buyer rating on Facebook. I know eBay has like a buyer rating as well. I don't know if Facebook has a buyer's rating. I kind of just look at the person's Facebook page and go through it to see if they look like a decent human being or not, just based off of how they look and like what their interactions look like with other people. But you gotta take precaution, because you're meeting these people in real life. It's not like eBay where, you know, they send you the money and then you just pack it up and drop it off at the post office and you never see that person, right? But Facebook Marketplace does have a shipping option too. It's not just local meetups. Yeah, I think people do also ship stuff on Facebook. You said you literally hate Facebook. I like watching TikTok, but I don't post content on there. I think Trump said that TikTok needs to be acquired by a US company by January 19th to remain available in the US. Otherwise, they want to ban it. But I don't know how he's saying that when he's not president yet. Yeah, I don't know. Unless he's giving a heads up of what he'll do in office if that doesn't happen. I see. Yeah, I don't even know too much about what's going on with TikTok. Like, it's owned by a Chinese company, right? So they want it to be owned by a US company, and that's why the US is just against it, because it's a Chinese, like, owned platform. That's why I love iPhone. To hide my email. I use that all the time now for sites I don't want to have my actual email. I didn't know that was a thing on iPhone. Oh, I'll have to look into that. I think LinkedIn is better for career relationships. LinkedIn's also another one I've never experienced. I thought it was literally just like a hiring platform, like a job search platform. I didn't think LinkedIn was actually like a social media, but I've heard that LinkedIn is actually like a social media platform almost. That's interesting. You said, damn, I'm gonna have to. You said, damn, I'm gonna have them meet me at the front of my apartment complex. It's a busy area. Yeah, as long as there's a place where there's a lot of people, you'll be good. There's you live in an area where there's a lot of people that walk around and stuff. I know because, like, you know, I've been there a couple times, and there's usually always people, even at nighttime in your place, SA, that like people walk around all the time. So you're in a good spot. I don't think anybody's gonna do anything in your spot. Marketplace does have a rating system. Yeah, it has a rating system for, I know, for sellers, but there should be one for buyers too, so that you could see if the person that's buying from you is like has previous experience buying things and have people had good experiences with them and whatnot. Yeah, they think TikTok is a security threat. Okay. Yeah, start using the hide my email. You may have to enable it in settings. It's way better now than when I'm creating an account anywhere. It'll pop up and ask me. It creates a fake email for you. So when you sign up for stuff, you're actually putting in your real email and then it changes it to a fake one, or it just lets you put in a fake email to sign up for stuff? LinkedIn has started making its interface more like the old Facebook, so it's not bad. Okay. See, as somebody who has not looked into a career change or looked for other jobs, I have no idea because I'm never on there. So what does that mean? Are you both looking to change your jobs? And that's why you guys are on LinkedIn? And the fake email funnels it to your real. Oh, okay. Got it. So you'll still get like the emails, like if something important comes across, you'll still get it to your email. It just hides it from any other person that would end up getting it. Yeah, I don't live in a shady area. I do cat sitting and have randos coming to my place all the time. Okay. Yeah, and the area you live in general is like a mid-sized city, right? North Brunswick, so it's like near East Brunswick. So it's like you're in a urban, like almost like I said, like a medium-sized city almost, where it's populated pretty well. It'll auto-generate its own fake email, and that acts as a middleman. So anything it gets will send it to your actual email with giving that info to the platform. Okay. Pretty cool. I'll look into that. And I'll try to enable it on my phone. As someone who's lied about my experience, I can't make a LinkedIn. Facts. That's true. I just feel like it's too much of a hassle. Like as a teacher, like trying to switch jobs, it's a hassle. Like obviously, like everybody has to redo their resume, right? But then they always require you to do like a demo lesson, which is just one of the most annoying things ever. It's like, I have this many years of experience teaching. Like, you act like I don't know how to teach, and you're desperate. You're a school. You don't have employees. You will hire anybody off the streets. Like, it's too much work, not enough pay, and that's why a lot of people leaving, teaching. They say a lot of the new teachers don't even make it to their 5th year as a teacher. They quit or find something else before making it to 5 years. I think it's 50%. Half of new teachers leave within 5 years. just because either it's poorly managed. Most schools are poorly managed, not operated well. Pay is bad. There's a lot of stress, a lot of hours. Like, even though I'm off right now for like the next 12 days for winter break, we work a lot when we do work because there's a lot of stuff you have to take home with you, grading and lesson plans and all this paperwork and stuff you have to do that's impossible to do at school. And you know, then there's people that complain about, oh, teachers are off in the summer. But first of all, teachers don't get paid in the summer. And then also, we work our butt off throughout the school year. There's so many hours that we work that are not logged. So I would say teachers just deserve the summers off. But yeah, like, I'm comfortable where I'm at. It's not the best, but I'm nostalgic for it because, you know, I work at the school I went to as a kid. I've been there 7 years. Built a lot of connections over those 7 years, and the idea of having to leave and go to a new school where nobody knows me and having to build a bunch of new relationships and connections, it just feels like a lot of work. So I'm like, I'll just deal with whatever BS comes my way and just make the best of it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I still like what I do. I like that I do special ed. They leave me alone. The regular ed teachers, it's definitely a lot worse being a regular ed teacher, I would say. They have to deal with a lot more pressure than I do. But yeah, like, I don't see myself changing jobs for a good while. It has to be something really bad to make me leave at this point. Now you can just delete that fake email whenever you want and never get anything sent to you again. Well, you can still lie on your LinkedIn. Yeah, you can. Oh, it's just croissants. There's these like mini croissants from Aldi's. So it's not really a snack. It's just these are going to expire soon, so I have to finish them. But I've been dipping them into my tea. Oh, crap. You said, yeah, I give it to you for being a teacher. There's so much that comes with it. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot, but at the end of the day, it's like purposeful work, so I like what I do because I feel like I'm making a difference. Seeing how the kids are in September and then comparing them to how they are in June at the end of the school year and seeing how much growth they made. They didn't know this in September, now they know how to do this in June. That's like the biggest thing. Just making that small difference in a child's life. And if you think about it, like, you also use a lot of the stuff you learn in elementary school as an adult. So I feel like being an elementary school teacher is definitely the way to go. Like, we teach how to tell time, right? Even though nowadays everything's digital, but reading analog clocks, counting money, you know, basic number identification, identifying letters, right? Reading, like you have to read signs, right? When you're out and about. Writing cursive, even though they don't really teach that in most schools anymore. Signing something. A lot of the stuff you learn in elementary school is stuff you still use as an adult, where a lot of the stuff you learn in middle school and high school, you don't necessarily use unless you're in that career field, right? Like, I don't use algebra for anything, or geometry, or calculus, or any of that stuff. So, like, if I was a teacher teaching that, I would feel like I'm wasting my time, to be honest. Now, there are certain like high school and middle school classes that I do feel like are important. Typing was one of them. I had a computer class where I learned how to type without looking at the keyboard. That's very crucial. I had a banking class as well where I learned how to write checks and stuff, and manage money and stuff. So that is a great type of class. There should be classes like that, more classes like that, or classes that teach you how to write taxes and do stuff that you're actually going to do as an adult, right? Give me some tax forms and let me practice filling out taxes, right? Instead of giving me all this this nonsense that I'm never going to use. Geography, I would say, is important. I feel like you should know the layout of the planet that you live on. Science is important too. You should know how the world works. There are definitely subjects that are more important than others. Like chemistry, I feel like isn't that necessary, right? Like, does it really matter if I know if you mix these two things, this happens? Maybe to a certain degree, but for the most part, not really. I don't use that stuff on a day-to-day basis. I mean, like high school, it just creates work ethic. Like you have deadlines to meet, you have a bunch of workload that you got to finish. So by taking multiple courses and having to finish things by a certain deadline, it does prepare you for like jobs where you have deadlines that you have to meet, and it teaches you to work hard. But other than that, a lot of the stuff that you actually learn, the content itself, stuff you're not really going to use unless you're in a particular field, right? You said croissants are fire. Yeah, they are. But they're fire when they're fresh. But as they get older, they get hard and crusty and no good. And then they'll start molding. You said, I always said I swore the first 6 years of school for me was the most of my education. Yeah, like I would say first or kindergarten through what, 5th grade or 6th grade. 6 years would be kindergarten through 5th grade. Your elementary years, basically. You said, like I am high school, they wanted me to take trigonometry. I was like, no, there is no future. I'm going to need this. Exactly. There's so many classes that exist, and we're like, why does this class exist? In college, it's crazy. So many different courses, and there's professors teaching it, and I'm like, unless I want to also be a professor that teaches this subject, right? Like, what do you do with trigonometry? The only thing I can think of is being a trigonometry professor or teacher. That's the only thing I can think of that you can do with that, with that major or that subject or that class. High school needs to be orchestrated around getting you ready to be productive members of society, either through the workforce or further education, instead of teaching calculus. We need a basic class on accounting and balancing so people can learn the basics of finances, or just a finance class. Yeah, that's the banking class that I was telling you about. It was called finance. Yeah, I forgot what it was called. So thanks for saying that. I took a finance class and like a typing class. There were like electives in Willingboro High School, and actual useful classes. I actually we practiced writing checks and doing withdrawals and deposits and stuff, and we even filled out tax forms, and then typing, obviously. I'm so thankful for that class. The repetition that they put us through has got me to a point where I can type pretty fast without looking at the keyboard, which is a skill like not everybody has, right? Like sometimes if you know how to type without looking, you could take it for granted, but it's something you have to work for. It doesn't just come naturally. Driver's ed, another important class. Took it in high school, obviously. learn how to drive, get your driver license. More classes like that. I'm so glad that driver's ed was a part of school as well. It wasn't something that we had to go out and do like outside of school. I mean, you can, but it made it so much easier just having that be part of high school. I'm sorry for all these pauses, by the way. I don't like talking while I'm eating, so that's why I'm just trying to like finish the food. I'm done now, so I just have tea left. This is why I like never eat on stream. I was just hungry today. What did you say, Binner? You said chemistry is important to a degree. Some people don't know that mixing certain chemicals can... Yeah, that's why I was like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, it is important because if you mix certain chemicals, you could cause an explosion or something, right? Like, you should know what shouldn't be mixed together. That's absolutely true. Especially when it comes to, like, medicine and stuff. What you shouldn't be taking together that could kill you. So, yeah, chemistry is important to a certain degree. You know school is a scam when new upcoming millionaires are children making dance videos on TikTok. Yeah, the age of the internet has changed things. I have this conversation all the time with coworkers. Like for teachers that are like fed up with education and they want to leave it. Back in the day, like when you were a teacher, the options for you were so limited as to what you could do. Because with a teaching degree, right? And your degree in education and you have a teaching license, it's like, what can you transfer that to, right? But nowadays, with the internet, you don't even need a degree. You just need a good work ethic and access to the internet, and you could become anything you want. You can have an Etsy store, you can have an eBay business, you can sell on Facebook Marketplace full time. Not just selling stuff, you can make content, you can work for people if you're an editor, right? Try to find people that you can edit for. So many options. The list is endless of the types of jobs and careers you can have nowadays because of the internet. If you're good at like graphic design, you could become a graphic designer from your home. You could teach yourself using YouTube videos and then try to get your work out there with social media. And then maybe companies or people will start hiring you to do some graphic designing for them. Whatever it is, you can do. It can be opening toys, like you said, right? Or, well, you said kids making dance videos. That's another one. If you're a good dancer, yeah, make dance videos. Toys, right? Like Ryan's Toy World or whatever on YouTube. His parents literally just made videos of him playing with toys. And kids like watching videos of other kids playing with toys and unboxing toys. And they're millionaires, they're multi-millionaires, right? Just because they recorded their son playing with a bunch of toys and stuff and turned that into a career. And then now they have like an animated show and stuff. Like it really launched them into something. You said, I agree. Chemistry is important for safety, yeah. I went to Votech school, so comp sci class helped me out in my current career. You guys both went to the same school, by the way. I want to let you guys know that you guys both went to the same high school. August was in culinary, though, I believe. But I don't think you were there at the same time. Yeah, you wouldn't have been. August would have left because August is the same grade as me. So when he left, you started the following year as a freshman. When we were in our first year of college. But when August was there, Zrar should have been there. Fazan, our cousins Fazan and Amar should have been there. He said, yeah, typing class and me playing a MMO at the time made my typing skills so much better. Video games are useful. Yeah, video games are useful too. Video games are great for reflexes, right? Your reaction time. They say that people that play more video games are better drivers. They're able to avoid more accidents and just have a better sense of their surroundings because they play video games, right? And that's the type of skills that you get from video games is reaction time and just being aware of what's going on around you. And you can use that in real life as well. I mean, the game that we were supposed to be playing today that I still haven't played and we're almost an hour into the stream. I feel like August right now because this is like usually how his streams go, where maybe the first whole hour is just chatting, right? And not actually playing the game. But like the game that I was trying to play today, which we might still get to, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, very heavy on reaction times, right? Especially this game is turn-based RPG, push A and B at the right time. Do that enough, you can transfer that into the real world. But it goes for any video game. Precision. You said, I understand. Sometimes you gotta get a snack on stream. Yeah. I usually try to eat before, and I usually will have either like water or like a coffee or tea. That's easier for me. But today I was just a little hungry, so I was like, let me just get some croissants with my tea. I didn't expect to do all this talking. I thought like nobody would be here. So I was like, I'm gonna boot up the stream and I'm gonna just eat while nobody's in the chat. And then I'm gonna boot up the game and go into it. But as soon as I started streaming today, SA popped in like, I think a few seconds into the stream. So I started talking right away. There's so many teachers that go viral on TikTok and they leave their jobs. Yeah, that's another thing. For sure. Yeah, and that goes for anybody, not just teachers. But there's people that'll post on the internet, go viral, and then bounce. Because they just created a new career path for themselves. Oh. My screen just turned off because the game's just been sitting there. It's been on this. My Switch has been on the whole time, but because I haven't interacted with it, it just turned off. Let's see if we can get it back up. You said a retired teacher could start a channel on how to be a better teacher and list content ideas. Yeah. And there's actually like teachers that make content about being a teacher. There's actually this guy who works in Philadelphia, or used to work in Philadelphia. I think he moved to New Mexico now. But back when I used to watch him, he was working in a high school. He was a high school social studies teacher working in Philadelphia in like an all-boys school, like an urban all-boys school. Maybe it was like a private school or something. I'm not sure. But it was very cool to watch his videos. The channel is called Real Rap with Reynolds. But he started off by making content about being a teacher. And so teachers would naturally watch him, right? And that eventually he wrote a book as well. But that eventually springboarded him to becoming like a motivational speaker because he was making a lot of videos just giving advice to teachers. And then it was useful advice. I would watch his videos for advice. And then eventually he started doing motivational speaking. So that caused him to leave teaching to be a full-time motivational speaker. And that's what he does now. He travels around the US and does motivational speaking. And his topic is still talking about school and being a teacher and how you could be a better teacher. And he still gives strategies and stuff. But it was very cool to see that because I started watching him when he was just a teacher on YouTube, filming, you know, a day in a life videos and stuff of him being a teacher, being in the classroom, to seeing him now where he's going to different schools and, you know, people are inviting him because they want him as a guest speaker. Very cool. So like that created, like YouTube content creation created this job for him, right? This second job of being a motivational speaker allowed him to leave the classroom. But he still talks about teaching. It's still related to education. So very similar to what you're saying, where you're saying a retired teacher could make videos on what it was like being a teacher, right? And giving advice and tips and whatnot. But teaching changes so much from generation to generation. Like I feel like a lot of the information you could still use, but there would definitely be stuff that's like, well, it doesn't work like that anymore. Also, kids are different. Each generation of kids is different, right? I feel like our generation was a little bit more with it. We were more afraid of the principal and the teacher, where I feel like the kids nowadays, they're not afraid of authority at all. We're going to send you to the principal. They're like, whatever. I'm going to call your parents. They'll be like, whatever, call them. They're not going to do anything anyway. Like, I used to be scared. If my teacher ever said, hey, I'm going to give your parents a phone call or to go to the principal's office, I would be terrified. But I feel like these kids nowadays, they do not care. Like, they're not scared. And I think discipline has changed a lot. Kids aren't disciplined the way they used to be. So it's constantly changing, the field of education, as generations go by. But a lot of it is still the same. So if somebody was retired and giving advice, you could probably still use a good chunk of that information if you were like a new teacher. You said, I saw a recent study on surgeons. One that played a certain... Oh, yeah, I heard about that too. One that played a certain hour of gaming and ones that didn't. The ones that did had way more precision movements. Yeah, less errors, higher success rates. Yeah, I heard about the same thing. Yeah, and that's very cool to see. That they're more precise. They do a better job with their job because video games help them, right? With their precision. It's not a waste of time. All those people that say video games is a waste of time, there. Give them that example. Surgeons do a better job. You'll be a better driver. All right, SA, you said you got to go eat. Yeah, it was nice catching up, SA. Take care. Go enjoy your steak and your chicken soup. Enjoy. That's how my streams are sometimes. This Wednesday, I ended up talking for like 3 hours. Wow, insane. Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. When you got people in the chat and they're talking, right? And they keep talking and they won't stop talking. You just keep talking to them. But we've made it to the end of the chat. So we are going to start our game. And look, this song is ending perfectly right now. For us to get started, we're going to pause our music. Playlist we're listening to is Winter Lo-Fi 2024. Lo-Fi Winter Cozy Winter Beats. If you want to listen to some winter lo-fi. You said, wait, where is our steak and soup? That's making me hungry. I feel like I should go eat something after this stream. I might make some soup. I have some soup in the pantry. So, like, I might maybe do that, or maybe we'll get... I don't want to order anything. I'll see what I got. I probably got some frozen stuff in the freezer. D-Jack's actually not here. D-Jack's in New York. She's been in New York since Thursday night. She'll be back tomorrow morning. So I've been chilling by myself. So I've been having to fend for myself. Luckily, we had a pizza party yesterday. And I've had leftover pizza that I've been eating. I ate that last night for dinner. I had a whole pie, so I ate 4 slices last night for dinner, and then I ate 4 slices today for lunch. Hopefully you guys could hear the game. But yeah, let's get some progress in today with Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. You said you're jealous, August. I made beef stew a few times recently in the last couple months. It was so fire. I don't think I've ever had beef stew. Sounds good though. I was just up there on Monday. Up where? On Monday? Where were you on Monday? You said you sound like me. I could eat a whole pie easy too. Yeah. Especially during my college years, I could eat a whole pie. But now I try to control myself. Especially if I'm really hungry, I really could just eat a whole pie. But it's not hard at all to eat like half a pizza in one sitting. Maybe 5 slices sometimes. Alright. File 1. It's been a while, man. It's probably been like more than a month since we played this game last. Oh, New York City. You were in New York City. Okay. Oh no, she's not in the city, but she's in New York, but not the city. She's in Long Island with her family. But she was in New York City last weekend with her sister and 2 of their friends. So she was in the city last weekend, and this weekend she's in Long Island with her family. And she should be back tomorrow. Alright, so yeah, I remember now. We have this new area that we can explore that we have not gone down. And I think from what I remember, we were broke. We have like no money to our name. Oh no, we have 178. That's not too bad. What are we looking like on health? We gotta heal up. Maybe we'll use super nuts. That does 40 each. Actually, we'll do regular nut, 20 each. Alright. That's fine. I'm trying to check the levels. Can you hear the game, or is it too low? You said, yeah, it's def isn't hard. Also depends on the size of the pizza. Can you do it with a large or extra large pizza? Can you do the whole thing? What size pizza are we talking also? Because if it's a small and medium, for sure, that's easy. That's cakewalk to eat a whole pizza in one sitting. But when you get to a large, extra large, then there's kind of like, okay, can you eat a whole pizza if it's like a large or extra large? Oh yeah, there's like the new enemies down here. Oh man, see, I don't get this. Can't get up there. You said, oh, you said it's low? Oh, let me raise it. Is that better? Thank you, Amon. On August, you said it's a little low. It was high in my headphones. That's why. Water sprout. Seafloor volcanic activity causes heated water to erupt and steam to the surface. Open your arms wide and let the water hit you. Be blasted up high. Alright, the question is, do we go that way or this way? There seems like there's multiple routes here. Wait, where does this lead us to another pipe? Oh, do we have to do something here? I'm not sure what it wants us to do here. Can we get up? No. I imagine... I thought if we just swim in it, it would push us up, but I feel like maybe we have to do something. Alright, let's just go down the route that we know we can take, which is here. We might have to interact with that later. Oh, I've been here before, because I've cleared all of this. Oh wait, is there nothing here? Is this really just a dead end? Again, it's been more than a month since I've played this game, so I'm probably going to be very lost. Because I don't even remember what we were doing last time, fully. I know we were trying to get the pieces of the bean star. Okay, I think we do have to interact with this and get up there somehow. I wish there was like a something that showed you what your objective was. Browse information. Like, you know how like some games will just straight, oh yeah, so we're trying to collect the 3 the pieces. Well, there's 4 pieces. We're actually on one of them right now. Cause we didn't even get the first one yet, because it was taking us a long time. We have to collect the 4 bean star pieces. And there's one here, but I gotta figure out how to get it. But it doesn't actually guide you into an area as to like where you should be going, how most modern games do. But I guess that's how games were back in the day. They were more brutal and hard, and now they make everything easy for these kids, right? I'm over here complaining because I'm used to like them giving me hints and stuff and pushing me in the right direction. Yeah, I probably could with extra large, because the other day I shared one with my brother and he only had 3 pieces and I ate the other 5 easy. Yes, he had space for more after those 5 slices. Pizza is just one of those things I try not to eat often because I know it's bad for me to eat that much. Yeah. Also, different pizzas have different like thickness, right? You can have the thin pizza, and then there's like the thick crust and the thicker ones. So it's like that's also one factor that you have to take in. With thin, like if it's a large or extra large thin crust pizza, for sure. Let me just move my camera a little bit over here so it's more centered. I just realized. But yeah, like if it's a thick crust pizza, I probably can't eat the whole thing. Cause that bread, it starts filling you up. All those carbs. Alright. Does anybody have a clue? I know, August, you played this game a long time ago, so you probably don't remember. Does anybody know what we're supposed to do next? Or do we just pull up Google and do a quick Google search as to what the next step is? I'm sure it has something to do with this water sprout. Seafloor volcanic activity causes heated water to erupt and stream to the surface. Open your arms wide and let the water hit you to be... Oh, wait. Do I have to hit something down here? I mean, I tried doing the hammer. It didn't work. Do we... Wait. I don't think this is going to do anything. If we switch... That's not going to do anything. It says open your hands wide. You said, oh yes, I love wood oven pizzas too. The thin crust, the wood smokiness. You said, Zulfi, now I want pizza. I don't remember this game much. Yeah, and I've never made it this far, honestly, in this game. So this is my first time ever experiencing this section of the game. I should have honestly just Googled this before we started playing. I knew I was probably going to like not know what to do. And I don't want to just like randomly walk around until we stumble into something, because that might take forever. And I really like, it seems like this is an area we've previously explored, but not really, because there's a room down there that I've been to because the blocks are used, but then there's a block up here, right here, that's not been touched because we haven't been up here yet. So I know like I eventually have to come up here because this is an area I haven't been to. And I clearly haven't been up there either, since I'm struggling to get up there right now. There's an enemy up there, and there's another pipe that will lead us somewhere. And this just leads us to a dead end. So last time I probably just came here, hit these 3 blocks, and then left. Unless there's something else, some other area we can access from outside the pipe. Do I have to hold it? Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. No, I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way because we got the ability to... Wait, didn't we learn some new abilities recently? How do I do that? Oh, the person behind... Hold up. Yeah, because there was a... Hold up. Like, if the person behind does this... Then you could take Luigi and do that. And then Luigi has one too. Yeah, that's what we did last time. What does he do again? Okay. I don't know if any of those are gonna help with that the whirlpool. Let's try it, because those are two new overworld like attacks we have. Wait. If I do this, take me up. Look, Luigi's pointing up. Take me up. That didn't work. And then I'm sure the Mario one's not gonna work either. Cause it's just you can rush with Luigi. That doesn't do anything. Okay, I have no idea. All right, let's just Google it. Are you going to order a pizza, August? I don't even know what to look up. Like, what is this area? Water. Oh, let's just look up Mario and Luigi water sprout. I don't even know the name of this area. Superstar Saga. That's the wrong game. That's Bowser's Minions. Wait. I don't know. I'm not really finding anything. You said underwater area? Do you have a map? Yeah, we have a map here, but what's the area that we're in? The map sucks in this game. Oh, we're in. There we go. We have a name. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Gawar Lagoon. Is it G silent? So is it War? I don't know. Or Garher Lagoon. Oh, that's the whole island. All right, here's an IGN walkthrough. So some of this we've already done because we've already been on this island for a while. Okay, so we did this. I'm just skimming through the article. So we did the ship stuff. And we learned Mario's Firebrand technique and Luigi's Thunder ability. Okay, we did the pearls, the green pearl and the red pearl thing. Now continue east to fire dash the big Koopa Troopa to enter into enemy territory, as you will still move east to find a yellow pipe leading underwater yet again. Get the treasure down here before using the water sprout with a spin jump to get up. I got it. Thank you, IGN. Never thought you'd be useful. But you were. Okay, so we didn't try all of our options. Like always, your boy was being an idiot because we didn't do this. I should have tried it. What am I doing? There we go. And I've been up here because have we been up here because I've done that. I probably have. All right, let's practice some fights. These are all new enemies too. There we go. Reflexes, baby. Oh, we don't want to jump on him because he's spiky now, but what kind of enemies are these? They're like shells or something? Oh, they're crabs. Oh, they're sleep. Oh, snap. Oh my god. New enemy. Don't know the pattern. Nice. Oh, do they attack like... It's a pillow? Oh, wrong. These guys do a lot of damage! Alright, heal up, Mario. Oh my god. Take him out, Luigi. Dude, how much health do these guys have? I am going to die. Dang it. Come on. Okay, he should be close to dying. Come on, let's go. And Luigi. Oh no, jump! Dang it. Did it too early. Alright, this is where we just start doing some bro moves. There we go. No, Mario. Alright, bro move Luigi. Is he like throwing pillows at us? Oh. I'll just do a bros move here. There we go. What we can do probably is just heal up on the Yeah. Let's do this. Syrup on Luigi. Alright, we're making some progress finally. New area, hopefully. I think so. Let's see what it says. Pipe entrance. What on earth? Oh, snap. Oh my god. Do we have to... Oh, we might have to use one of the new abilities. Yeah, I would say probably... Oh, we probably have to use Luigi's ability. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, no. Okay, I think that is what we'd have to do, though. Because then we can kind of walk this way. Go. Oh, no, I did it. You gotta wait. It's like on a timer. Alright, go. Come on. Go. Yes. Oh no. More of this. Alright. Why do these look like they're going faster? I could be wrong. I guess we... No. I guess we kind of have to go when, like, one is right in front of us now. Oh my god, how am I supposed to do that? Oh, you go straight down? Oh, you have to rush. Got it. Never mind. We're using the wrong bro. Mario has to do it. Alright. And go. I mean, that's the right idea, though. Go. Oh, look at that. Let's do it. Bro, my reflexes are horrible right now. I gotta get used to this again. Alright, Splash Bros. There we go. At least it's a one-hit kill on these guys. There we go. We gotta do the fights though because we're trying to get that XP, that money, that experience. Come on, there we go. Oh, it's coming back. Oh, you could do this like an endless like damage loop here, I think. Use the hand. No. Oh yeah, that doesn't work on him that well. They're just healing up. What can we do here as far as damage is concerned? I guess bros. No. I mean, I feel like bros moves should, yeah, do a good amount of damage regardless. Oh my god, he just summoned them back. We just need 2 consecutive bro moves. 1 and 2. Dang it! Still worked. We fumbled, but we still made it work. Got an extra enemy here. Dang it. We can't jump on that guy either. Too early. We could take out the turtle so there's none of that healing stuff, but he's gonna bring him back. Dang it! Who's he going for? Mario, maybe? Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is where we do the infinite jump! If I was good at this game. We gotta heal. I guess we could do hand on this guy. That had decent damage. Oh, I forgot he could heal that guy too. Luigi. Dang it. Did it too early. I guess we just do the back-to-backs here. To take care of both of these guys. Dang it. I am fumbling. Mario. Oh my god. Now I can't even do a bro move. I guess we should just heal his thing up too. We just gotta try to play some good defense. Here we go. Who's he going for? Mario. Dang. Oh, I got it. Luigi. Oh, man. Alright, this is it. I can't mess up here. 1, 2, 3. And same with Luigi. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he still lives! What the? Mario. Oh, come on, come on. No! That was crucial. Okay. I know I should probably revive Luigi, but I feel like... Wait, none of these work on him, right? No, hammers work, don't they? I can't remember. Do hammers work on shelled enemies? Oh, they don't! Oh, but that still killed them. Oh, that was enough. Let's go. Come on. Oh, man. The timing is so hard when you're holding Luigi. Everything's slower. But we can at least bring the boy back, and he should be able to hopefully maybe finish that guy off. No. Got him. Come on, level me up. There we go. Let's go. You said you try Marvel Rivals yet? No, I haven't. I know that's the game you've been streaming. How is it? I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard some good stuff, but then I've also heard some negative stuff. It's free to play, right? Yeah, that's good. We do need to, like, maybe, like, heal up. Mushroom Mario. Let's do 2 mushrooms on Mario and a mushroom on Luigi. Alright, let's try to actually, like, maybe avoid fights now. There's a platform we can get on top of right there. Mysterious items, part 2. Spin blocks. If you hit these blocks while spinning around, they'll go flying off in directions you're moving. If they get stuck or disappear, just leave the area and return. If you hit these blocks while spinning. I mean, that's the spin jump, right? That's this. I don't get that. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I'll have to leave the area and come back to reset that. I don't think we have a... Yeah, we don't have a hammer strong enough to break the black rocks yet. But it seems like we are going to have to use this platform. There's something there. Huh. Oh, I see. And then we... go over here. Spin jump over here. This is where you have to start using everything you learned. It's crazy the amount of like moves Mario and Luigi actually have in this old Game Boy Advance game. Just with like 3 button combinations. Now I need to bring the platform here so we can get up there, I'm assuming. Which means we have to leave the area. These guys move fast. I don't want to fight. Push it that way. New area. You said there, if you enjoy hero shooters or played Overwatch, a lot of it's worth to check it out. Oh, it's worth it to check it out. I did play Overwatch a lot during the pandemic. I remember playing that quite a bit. Is this like a high jump or? Oh, it's one of these. Oh, we need this. We are broke. Let's go. I think you could do this like multiple times too, so we'll try to do this a couple times if we can to make that money. Another example of having good reflexes and precision right here. You see this? We could probably do it again, right? Yeah. They should just do this for surgeons. This should be like a game or like a training, not a game because it is a game. This should be like a training that surgeons have to go through. Get up to like 50. I don't even know how high we can go because it gets faster. Like we could do 20. Nah, 50 is too high. Just have surgeons practice that and try to go for the high score. But can we actually do this like unlimitedly? Or will it eventually run out of money? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, this could be like an infinite money item. I don't know if it's possible to get up to 30 in this because it starts going so fast at 20. We didn't even make it to 20. Oh yeah, 3 times and then that's up. Okay. How much money do we have now? 375. You said there's a lot of characters that are direct mashups of Overwatch characters and others that are pretty unique. I am pretty hooked and wanting to play it. Also, I think it's doing really well right now because Overwatch hurt its community and Call of Duty has completely hurt their player base too. So people are looking for something to play. Oh, people that play shooters are looking for something to play. And it came out at the right time where 2 other shooting games took a hit. I didn't hear anything about Overwatch. What's going on with Overwatch? Because Overwatch hurt its community? How did Overwatch hurt their community? I feel like I'm out of the loop. I haven't been keeping up with anything Overwatch related. I haven't played it since the pandemic. but I remember being hooked to it back in the day. It's funny calling the pandemic back in the day. It's like 4 years ago. Still a long time ago. I mean, not that long ago, but it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But it was quite a while ago. And yeah, I know Call of Duty always goes through something. I haven't been keeping up with the Call of Duty stuff either. But how do they hurt their player base? I have no idea. I haven't been keeping up with any of this. He said Overwatch did it over the course of a couple years. Oh, I see. So something that it was like a slow burn. They made all these promises with why they were launching Overwatch 2. None of those promises were fulfilled. Yeah, I do remember that, right? Like, I thought Overwatch 2 was going to be like its own game, but I think it just ended up being like DLC or like an update or something, right? Something like that. I remember I was hyped too for Overwatch 2 when they were showing it off for the first time. Like when you saw the story mode, and I was like, oh, you could play through a story with these characters, and you can play like with other people through the story. It looked hype. But yeah, like I didn't really keep up with it after the initial like trailer and announcement that they did. That makes sense. That's probably why I never went back to it. I was never like Overwatch 2 never got me like hyped enough to go back and check out what it was. I feel like, and I feel like a lot of people probably just kind of fell off of it. Casual people, like I would say I was a casual Overwatch player, even though I did play it a lot during the pandemic. They promised campaign. Yeah, campaign. I remember that. The story mode, hero missions, limited time events and missions. Yeah, and there was like that new mode, right, too, where it was like maybe that's in the game now, but there was like this big robot that's like pushing something, and you have to like guide it. You have to like make sure you protect it so it can push whatever it's pushing to the other side of the map. You have to like defend the robot, something like that. I think that was like a mode that they showed off. I don't know if that ever made it into the game or not. So they charged everyone 60 to 70 again and never delivered on any of it. They charged people early, like pre-order, like people were pre-ordering it, I'm assuming, right? That's another thing, like with these digital games, just wait until the game's done, show me what it is, and then take my money after you have the game done. But then again, if it's digital, like why would you need to pre-order it? Like they would have enough copies of it, because you can't ever run out of a digital game. But I guess maybe they just promised like stuff would get added. Maybe they launched the update, charged people $60-$70 up front, and it came with something, and then they promised the rest later. That's probably what happened, right? And then they never delivered on the DLC that they promised, and people had already paid to get in for $60-$70. Then announced earlier this year they were canceling all of it. They gotta refund everybody. Didn't this happen with some other game like Fallout 76? I remember Fallout 76, there was a big like controversy as well when that game first came out, because Bethesda had like promised it to be such a big game, a good game, and it turned out to be garbage. Like I remember watching videos of people going to GameStop, going to game stores and returning the game. That's how bad the game was. Like I don't think I've ever seen like that as a trend, where people are so upset with a game where they're filming themselves going back to the store and returning it and asking for refunds and stuff. But Fallout 76, yeah, that was I was never into the Fallout series, but it was fun watching those videos. But yeah, like people just wanted all their money back because the game just didn't deliver what they wanted. But I think Fallout 76 they fixed over the years with updates and patches and DLC. I think it is a playable game now. I think it's not bad if you play Fallout 76 now, I think. Same with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like Star Wars Battlefront 2, if you play it nowadays, it's actually a phenomenal game. And at launch it wasn't. It was very limited with the amount of modes that were in the game. But now it's a wonderful way to experience the Star Wars universe. If you like combat and you want to like ever role play that you're like in a battle in the Star Wars universe, like Battlefront 2 is the game to do it. Because over the years they've added characters, maps, just like quality of life updates to Battlefront. And they've done such a good job at it that people are like thinking that they might not do Battlefront 3 because they're just updating 2 and making it better. The Call of Duty people are fed up. A lot of pro players and pro streamers had enough of their server issues and crazy hackers and cheaters this year that they stopped playing. Wow. Yeah. I think Nadeshot uploaded a video. I didn't watch it. But Nadeshot is also... He used to be a competitive Call of Duty player. Now he's just a streamer. Also runs 100 Thieves, the brand, the company. But he made a video recently saying Call of Duty, the new one, Black Ops 6, made me quit Call of Duty or something. I didn't click on it, but I just saw the video and the title, the thumbnail. So I'm sure that's what you're alluding to. No, Overwatch 2 was considered... Oh, it was considered a new game. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So they never delivered Overwatch 2? Did the game ever come out? Or no? So you had to buy it again even if you bought Overwatch 1. Oh, got it. Okay. Fallout 76 was pretty broken at launch. They finally delivered on it, but at launch it was... Yeah. It was buggy, right? I think that's what the main issue was. Not as bad as Cyberpunk. Yeah, I remember the Cyberpunk stuff too. Games that were launching that were not finished. And then Pokemon Scarlet and Violet also dealt with that too. A lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, issues. Game just was not polished. They just had a deadline they needed to meet and they met it. They didn't push the date back, you know, and that's what they should do. But nowadays with DLC and stuff, they can just be like, oh, we'll fix it later. We'll do a patch later and fix it. We just want to get the game out so start making some money. You know, Miyamoto back in the day, he had was it Miyamoto or Iwata? One of them had a quote that said, you know, a bad game is forever bad or something like that, and a good game is forever good, a bad game is forever bad, something like that, because back then DLC didn't exist. Once a game was out, it was out. There was no changing it. But nowadays that logic doesn't apply anymore because of DLC and patches, which is great because games can get fixed, but it also gives developers a lot of excuses to not make their game the best it can be at launch. They kind of use it as like a cheat code or a shortcut to kind of put out a game that's not completely done. So like DLC, there's benefits to it because it can obviously fix broken games, but it can also make developers lazy and not put enough effort into the initial product that's coming out for the consumer. So honestly, if I was to pick one, I would probably just pick how games used to be in the past, where they just came out, they were the way they were, there was no changing them. Because I feel like more people would be creating better games if we were living like in the early 2000s. They would put all their effort into it and make it the best thing ever. And if they couldn't make it the best thing ever that they could do, then they would push the date back. They weren't afraid of games of pushing the date back. Nowadays, we don't see that as much. I remember so many games were pushed back. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was one that I was super hyped for the Wii. I know its initial release date was like December of 2007. and then it got pushed back to March of 2008. So that wasn't that bad because they only pushed it back like 3 months, but still, 3 months is a lot of time to get work done if you see an issue with your game. Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, I don't know if Kingdom Hearts 3 was pushed back for that, but Kingdom Hearts 3 just took forever to come out. But, I mean, I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 was ever pushed back though, because I think when they announced the release date for it, they stuck with it, which I believe was like January 29th. It just that game was in development for so long. No joke. Wasn't that game in development for like over 10 years or 15 years or something? Like, it was crazy how long that game was in. No, not that long. Because it came out 2019, I think. It was in development for a while. You said, yeah, I only played Battlefront 2 at launch and was so disappointed I never played it again. Exactly. And that initial impression is very important, because it could completely turn away somebody that will never give that game a second chance, like you did, right? You can't, because the thing is, people move on to other games. If you launch a bad game and are just saying, hey, we're going to fix it in the future with DLC, guess what? Consumers aren't going to wait for you to fix that game. They're just going to move on to another game. And then most likely never return. Unless the update that you do is so good that so many people are talking about it, it gets their attention and then they try it out again. Like, you only have, what is it to say? The saying is like, you only have one time to make a first impression, right? So your first impression should be a good one, because you can never make a first impression again. So if your first time putting the game out and it's bad, people are just going to have that image of you and your company. That's just how it works. It sticks with people. Judai, what's up? You said, good evening, sir. How is it going? It's going well, Judai. Welcome to the stream. We're probably going to get ready to wrap it up soon. Just playing through some Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Been playing this game since the beginning of September. My goal for the next week, I'm on winter break, is to finish both this game and Link's Awakening. Didn't play this game as much today because the beginning of the stream we were just talking for a good while. But we're making a little bit of progress. But I will be streaming this game. I'll be streaming consistently for the next week. Not every day, but I'll be streaming most days during my break to try to get these games done. And we'll try to do some longer streams too, as well. I usually stream for 2 hours every time I stream, but because I really want to get these games done, we'll probably do some streams that are more than 2 hours long. Like right now, we've been streaming for 1 hour 53, so we're reaching the 2 hour mark soon. Yeah, Nadeshot is only streaming Marvel Rivals now. Wow, he was crazy to see him. It was crazy to see him change and switch over. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't notice that he did that. There's other Call of Duty streamers that stopped playing, like, what's that, Zlaner? Yeah, Miyamoto said that before we could push day one patches. Yeah. I don't know, I'd rather games be like how they are now, because there are games that launch great and can get better, yeah. And players have the ability to not play bad games and vote with wallet. Yeah, 100%. That's true. And we have so much information nowadays too with the internet, right? People are quick to get to the internet and judge a bad game, put out reviews, right? A lot of times you have everything you need in front of you to kind of make up your mind if you think a game is worth it or not in today's age, where back in the day, not so much, right? Because before the internet, how would you learn about a video game? It was more so like word of mouth, looking at a commercial. But obviously commercials are trying to sell you the game, so they're not going to say anything bad. You could like have a Game Informer or Nintendo Power magazine and learn about games through there. So then you might get some like authentic reviews, right? But back in the day, like I remember just going to the store, like me and Zarar would go to the store with my dad, and if it was like time to get a video game, we would just look at the cover of the video game and the name of the game and just like make the decision based off of that. We had no idea what the game was, what type of game it was, what the gameplay was like. We didn't know anything. We were just buying a game based off the cover. Because we didn't look into stuff back then, right? As kids, you're not... I mean, nowadays kids are different. They probably do watch reviews and stuff because they have so much access to it, right? But back then, like, the internet was a new thing. You know, I didn't have... Like, we did have a Game Informer subscription eventually, but, you know, for a certain point in our lives, we didn't have, like, information about if games were good or not. So we just went to the store and just bought what we were already interested in, right? Like Pokemon games, because we would watch the Pokemon anime, the show. So naturally, we would buy all the Pokemon games. I saw my cousin play Mario for the first time, Mario 64. So my interest in Mario started with that. So then we had a Super Nintendo, so obviously we would get Mario games for it. But I didn't know if the Mario games were good or not. We would just buy it because it was Mario, and buy it just because it was Pokemon. Or if there was like Sonic, I learned about at school. There was a kid who had a Game Boy Advance in elementary school. He was playing Sonic Advance. I sat next to him and watched him play, and I thought it was cool. So because of that, I wanted Sonic games as well. And then eventually, like in middle school, I learned about Kingdom Hearts from you, August. I had no idea what Kingdom Hearts was, but you told me about it. And then I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Let me try it. Fell in love with it. It was all word of mouth. I also learned about Animal Crossing from you, because I remember we had a field trip. I told you this before. We had a field trip. I was on the bus. You had your DS, and you were playing Animal Crossing Wild World. And it looked like such a cozy, vibey game. It was like during the winter time, too. It was snowing. And I looked at it, and I was like, that's such a cute, cozy game. I have no idea what it is, but it looks cool. And I wanted to play Animal Crossing after that. Like, you would just learn about games from people around you. Again, I'm just nostalgic for the past. So, but I do agree that, like, it probably is better to have games the way we get them today, just because you get a lot of information. You can vote with your wallet and not buy bad games. And then also... games that you have hope for, you can kind of hold on to that hope, right? Like in the past, a game that you might be excited for comes out and it's not that great. That's the end of the story. But now, a game comes out that you're excited for and it doesn't live up to your expectations, you can hope that the game gets better, right? Because DLC patches, they're a thing. They can fix the game in the future. You're doing good, Judai. Good to hear. There's people even now that don't play much games, like a YouTuber in my age group. He likes Mario and Sonic, but hasn't been interested on gaming streams or videos on YouTube. Even if he does, he doesn't go big on Nintendo, and he had a Nintendo Switch in 2018. You said people that don't play much games, like YouTubers in your age group? Okay. So people that grew up playing video games, that kind of grew out of it, is that what you're saying? There's a lot of people that are interested in games, but they're not interested in playing games, or don't have the time to play games. I know that's like a whole like subgroup of people nowadays where they're still interested in video games. They keep up with gaming news, but they just don't have the time to play games. It's interesting because there's actually a coworker of mine's. Her husband is a big Mario fan. So get this, he's a big Mario fan. He has he collects like Mario figures and stuff, like Mario Yoshi. He has Mario shirts because he grew up with Mario. He's nostalgic for Mario, right? Get this though. The man does not have a Nintendo Switch. He doesn't have a Switch. He has not played any modern Mario games. And my coworker told me that he doesn't really play video games at all anymore. But he still likes Mario as a character. He'll still buy Mario merchandise. which is crazy because like you would think, hey, if you're a Mario fan and you have Mario merchandise, you should be playing the current and modern Mario games, or even if you're a retro gamer, you should be maybe like playing some of the retro Mario games, right? Like Super Mario 64 or like NES, Super Nintendo, something. But no, he doesn't play video games anymore, but he still likes Mario, and he collects Mario stuff, and he probably still keeps up with Mario news, and he probably watched the Mario movie. So like, yeah, that's a whole group of people now. People that are still interested in video games, but they don't play video games. They will rather just watch somebody play games, right? Like streaming. They'll watch people play games or just keep up with video game news. They'll watch like the Game Awards, even though they haven't played games in how many years. They'll watch a Nintendo Direct or something, you know? But not actually play the games. They just like the gaming culture. They like being part of the gaming community and the gaming culture, but they just don't like playing games, or they just don't have the time to play games. And that's how it gets when you're an adult too, because like for me, like I can relate this to like watching movies and stuff. Like I was trying to watch, what was it? I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimension this past week, the movie. It's been years since I've seen it, so I just kind of wanted to watch it again. I saw a TikTok on it, and then I was like, hey, I haven't seen this movie in a while. Let me like just watch it again. So I watch it. I fell asleep. I'm interested in the movie. I fall asleep in like the last 30 minutes of the movie, 40 minutes of the movie. And then the credits were so loud that I woke up during the credits. And then I was like, wait, what happened? And I was so tired, I fell asleep trying to enjoy something. And then I rewinded it, and then I watched the last 40 minutes of the movie and actually finished the movie. But people are probably like that with video games, where they're sitting on their couch with their controller, but then their eyes are just like shutting by themselves because they're so tired, because of being an adult is exhausting. That's why. So it's just like they're like, I want to play video games, but I can't, so I'm just going to... It's more relaxing to just like sit back and watch somebody play a game, right? Because then you don't have to like be the person putting in the input, and you're getting like some type of value out of it. You're getting entertainment out of it. You can experience the game story through the video as well, instead of actually having to play it. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Where are we? You said, I'm so glad I had great games to influence you. It's true, Judai. A lot of people are just focusing on a few things they know about, so the rest doesn't even come across their eyes. No, he's a YouTuber but has different preferences. That's why when I ask about Mortal Kombat and ask him if he likes Mortal Kombat in one of the Q&A videos and said no, he never has played them. He was asked about Street Fighter and other games. Yeah, he is nostalgic for Mario, but also clueless that he hasn't played some of the best Mario games of all time. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're either games I like or just familiar about them. He likes old movies like I do, but likes to do art like cartoons, so he's been busy. He likes video games, but I think he has different stuff. So you're talking about a YouTuber friend of yours, right? Like, do you have his channel information? Do you mind sharing that with me so I can go check out his stuff? You said he's a YouTuber, and you were asking him questions in a Q&A. You liked video games since you were 4. Yeah, I can't even remember. I mean, I do remember the first time I saw Mario, but I can't remember the first time I played a video game, because Mario wasn't the first video game I played. The first video game I played was probably a Game Boy or Super Nintendo, probably. It was Super Nintendo was the first console I had, but I can't remember what I had first. I can't remember if the Super Nintendo was the first thing I played, or was the Game Boy Color the first thing I played. It was either one of those two, but I cannot remember exactly in which order. But I can't remember my first video game either. It's all a blur. You've been gaming since you were 3, August. Wow. Yeah, you have a uncle that's big into gaming. So do you guys actually remember your first video game? All right. I think I'm just gonna like stop the stream there. I mean, stop the game here. Let's go back into full screen. Is there a safe? Wait, we gotta find a safe point. Hold up, where are we? Wait, we came down here? Oh, there's a safe point right there. Oh, can I not go over there? Oh, do we have to do... Oh, I can't get over there. We got enemies over here. Oh yeah, we did save the game. Not that far ago. It was like as soon as we got out of the pipe. Let me try to just backtrack real quick, see if we can just make it back there. I think it was like right up here somewhere. Oh no, we had to go through that. All right, I'll just close the game. It'll probably just take me back to that save point. Actually, what we'll do, I'll save it later. I'll just back out of this. There we go. Actually move the camera so I'm a little bit more centered. You said no information like that. Let me take it back. Sorry if I thrown you off. That's his username? No information? His channel name is... Oh no, it's Brendan Barney. Okay, I thought you were saying his channel name was no information. It's Brendan Barney. Okay. Let me write that down. So I can look it up. Brendan Barney. And you say he's a friend of yours who makes content on YouTube about video games? I played stuff before my time because I lived with my uncle, yeah, when I was a baby, so he introduced me to everything. Yeah. That is awesome. Because growing up, I didn't have like anybody in my family. Like I had cousins, older cousins that played video games, but like my parents didn't play video games. I didn't have any uncles or aunts or anything like that that were playing video games. So like we would visit our cousin's place, and then they were older than us, decent age gap, I would say. But when we would visit them, like they would be playing like the N64, and then we would just sit and kind of watch. And then they would let us have turns and stuff too if they were playing like a multiplayer games. But a lot of times they would just be playing like Mario 64 on the N64. They also had a Dreamcast, and they would play Sonic. So a lot of times they were playing like single player games. So we would just kind of sit and watch, and I was just amazed, like seeing them play video games. That's when I initially learned about Mario. First time I saw Mario was Mario 64, and then later we got like a Super Nintendo. So the thing is, like growing up, we didn't get the consoles as soon as they came out. We would get them like, we would be like a generation behind. So when the N64 was the hottest item, we had like the Super Nintendo, right? When the GameCube came out, we had the N64. Like that was my childhood. We were always like a generation behind. Was never keeping up with the current gen. I don't remember the very first game I ever played. I was probably too young. Yeah. I remember my first game I was addicted to. Mario 64. That's a big one for our generation. It has such a huge impact for, you know, first 3D game. Like, not just for our generation. I think Mario 64 has a huge impact in gaming in general, right? That was like the first 3D video game, I think. It was just like, it just changed completely the way we looked at video games and what could be possible in a video game. Because I think up until that point, everything was like 2D pixel sprites. And we were like looking at a video game in a new way with the N64 and Super Mario 64. But it's funny because I had never played a Mario game, like a 2D Mario game, until I had seen Mario 64. And then obviously for the Super Nintendo there was no 3D game, so we ended up getting Super Mario World. So Super Mario World was actually my first Mario game ever. And then we eventually got Mario 64 when we got the N64. But I didn't get into Mario because of Super Mario World. I got into it because of Mario 64. And that's why like 3D platformers ever since have been my favorite type of video game. And that's probably, it has a big factor for why Mario is still my favorite video game character. It's a cliche, basic answer, but he has always been my favorite video game character ever since I learned about him. Why my favorite game to this day is Super Mario Galaxy, which is a 3D Mario game, which takes a lot of elements from Mario 64. Yeah. I have a video actually coming out, a short coming out either tonight or tomorrow. It's about gifts that I got from work yesterday, my coworkers, and even one of my students' parents gifted me Mario-related items. So it's crazy because a lot of my coworkers, they know I do this content creation thing. They see when I post, because I always post my like content on my personal page too on Instagram. So a lot of them see it on there. So I think a lot of my coworkers just know I like Mario a lot. So a lot of the gifts they gave me were Mario-related gifts, which was awesome. And one of my students' parents even gave me a Mario-related gift as well. That's going to be in the short as well. But that's because he likes Mario. The student likes Mario. And I was talking to his parents during parent conferences and talking about how I was able to connect with him really well because he's a big Mario fan and so am I. And I even showed them my phone case. I was like, your son's a big Mario fan and so am I. So I'm able to like just use that to, you know, you have to find things that the students like and use that as a springboard for them to connect with you. I did it when I taught 4th grade as well. When Fortnite was popping off, a lot of those 4th graders were playing Fortnite, and I started incorporating like Fortnite into the lessons, right? Like if we're doing a spelling test or something, like if I had to read a sentence and put a word in it, I would put the student's name in the sentence and I would say he jumped out the battle bus, right? And then like headed down and landed in this place, but I would use whatever the spelling word was in the sentence to just make it more fun, because then when they look at you, they're like, oh my god, my teacher likes Fortnite, he knows about it, and you just instantly become more relatable. So whenever I find out students like a certain thing, I try to use it because it just connects you with the students. The students tend to listen to you more. Here's some tips for teachers. Connect with your students. Talk about the stuff they like, because that's what is going to make them want to listen to you and be around you. If you are a boring teacher and you never talk about the things they like and you just stick to the curriculum and it's boring all the time, kids are not going to be interested in that. So because he likes Mario so much, I talk about Mario. I talk about Bowser and characters and games, and he watches stuff on his iPad during free time. So like he'll watch Mario gameplay videos and stuff, and then I'll ask him questions about it. But that excites him because he's like, my teacher likes Mario and cares about Mario, and he gets so excited when he sees my phone case, and he's like, that's Mario. Like, my teacher likes Mario. Like that'll be like, and I had that experience too. I'm kind of going on like a tangent right now, but I had that experience too where I connected with teachers that were interested in my hobbies and interests, or had similar interests and hobbies to me. I had a social studies teacher in high school who was a big Marvel fan. He would connect Marvel to like history lessons. He talked about Captain America during like a World War II lesson. So it was just like, oh my god, I'm going to listen to this guy. I'm suddenly interested in what you have to say because you're incorporating stuff I like into the lesson. But yeah, stay tuned for a short that's coming out tonight or tomorrow about me showing off some of the Mario gear I got from my coworkers this holiday season. But like I was saying, a lot of them see me doing like Nintendo and Mario stuff, so they were just like, oh, he's gonna like this Mario item or this Mario item. What did you say? Do you ever use RetroArch? No, I don't. I actually don't know what that is. Is that like a handheld? RetroArch. Not sure what that is. No information is a dope channel name on the low. Yeah. What kind of content would you make on a YouTube channel that is named no information? What I know about him is he makes cartoons and said he has autism, but doesn't mention what autism he has. I'm not really like a friend to him. Oh, so you're not a friend to him like some users, but I don't take it personal. That's interesting that you say he has autism, because I actually teach autism. I'm actually wearing a hoodie that says autism. I teach first grade autism. So like the student I was just talking about, the one that likes Mario, he's autistic. And he gets so excited and so happy when like we talk about stuff he likes and incorporate that into the lessons. Pajama day happened yesterday and he was wearing Mario pajamas. He had a Mario shirt and Mario pajamas. I don't have information from him like that, like even email. Oh, okay. Though a YouTuber could contact through Gmail. I see. I just wanted to check out his channel and see what the content is like over there. He mentions video games like in Q&A, and some were Go Animate videos, now called the VTubers or Vion. I don't know what that is. Vion. I know VTubers is a thing where it's kind of like a virtual YouTuber where they don't show their face. They have like an avatar, which is an online character making cartoon. Oh, so it's similar, right? Which is an online character making cartoon scenes, which is now commonly trending for YouTube. Interesting. So he's in kind of like the video game niche, but also like the cartoon niche, or VTuber scene. No, at that point the Sega Saturn already existed. My uncle got that shortly after release in 1995, and we used to play together. I never experienced the Sega Saturn. Experienced the Dreamcast a little bit at my cousin's place, but that was it. I think the Dreamcast was the last Sega console, and then they stopped making consoles and just focused on games. And I think that's going to happen to Xbox next generation, honestly. They're going to probably just make games and not have a console anymore. Just put everything on PC. PC can just be like Xbox, Microsoft's console. I mean, it already is, but there's things I know about him, to be honest, as he has shown his DVD and DVD library updates. He has his father put the VCR in his room, so he got himself some VHS tapes like Disney. Okay, Disney. So he collects some old school retro entertainment devices. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, VHS and DVDs. Reminds me of Blockbuster, Hollywood video days. I remember going to the library and picking up free movies. We would go and pick up VHS tapes and DVDs from our local library. We could rent them out for a couple days for free, bring them home, and then return them, and then get out some new ones. Oh, that takes me back. RetroArch is an emulator for retro gaming consoles and computers. Okay. I've never used it, no. Is it like emulating games? It's to play those on your computer. Okay, RetroArch is to play like... Yeah, you said it's an emulator, yeah. I don't know why I asked it's an emulator. You literally said it's an emulator. Okay, yeah, to play older games on your computer. Yeah, so it's basically an emulator to play video games, old games. No, I've never used it. I know a lot of people emulate games. I just haven't gotten into that scene really. And it's also like I just like playing games authentically. Like that's why I collect a lot of physical video games and whatnot. Like I have a Nintendo Wii collection back here. That little stand has a bunch of Wii games going down. I also have been collecting Wii U games, Wii games, DS games now as well. A big fan of just like old school physical media. That age is coming to an end. I know it's dying. But I'm gonna just keep buying physical until I can't anymore. I know there's a lot of benefits to digital, but you just, to me, you never feel like you actually own the games when they're digital. That's my biggest issue with it. I like having like physical games, like physical boxes, something to hold. Like, look at this, look how cool this is. Japanese Super Mario Party that my friend Tifio got me from Japan when he went out there. You can't bring a digital game over from Japan, but you can bring a physical, you can bring a physical game from Japan. So I just like having, and it doesn't bother me that I have to take the cartridge out and put a new one in. Like, that doesn't bother me. I know some people are so lazy where they can't even do that act. And it's just a convenience. It's just the convenience of not having to put things in and out of your system and just being able to play any game you want by going into it. But to me, I like interacting with my console, right? There's people that have consoles just sitting there and they never touch it. They never interact with it because all their games are digital. But I like going up to my consoles, pushing a button, having the disc come out, or taking the cartridge out and putting a new one in. I like it. It's part of the experience. It's the experience. Again, a lot of it is nostalgia. I used to do it as a kid. I kind of want to do it as an adult, even though it's not that much effort. It's just a little bit. But nowadays, with everything becoming so automatic, I feel like there's so many people that just don't even want to put in a little bit of effort to just pop in a new game and take out the old one. They just want everything digital, so they can just push a button on their controller and go to whatever game it is they want and play it. The Mario and Luigi game you were playing is not authentic because it's on the Switch for the GBA version. That's not. Yeah. So authentic meaning, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, but I pay for the service, right? So yeah, it's not authentic. It is digital, but I'm paying for the service. It's like I'm paying for the Switch online service. So it's kind of like Game Pass almost, right? It's a great service that allows me to, I guess I should say officially instead of authentically. So I want to officially play games, like without having to cut corners and like kind of illegally downloading it and, you know, getting it for free. I know people make the argument that if you already own the game physically, then you should be allowed to download a digital version or emulate a digital version of it for free because you already spent the money on the game. That's one side of the argument. But this is totally fine to me because I'm paying for the service. And yeah, it's digital. It's convenient. And that's why people want to play digital games. That's why people emulate games, because it's convenient. People can't actually play games officially, right? Like DS games, Game Boy games, because the price is so high nowadays. I actually bought this 2DS that plays DS and 3DS games right here. I could emulate. I could have easily just gotten an emulator for free for the DS and 3DS, but I was like, I want the experience of holding this thing, of actually playing it on an actual, unit. But most people can't do that. This thing was hella expensive. I'm not gonna say the price, but it was expensive. And games, a lot of games for DS and 3DS are expensive. A lot of people are not willing to deal with spending that much money on original hardware, and that's why they go to emulation, which is totally fine. I understand it. But for me, if I can afford it, I will try to be original, or I just want to stay on the good side. Not that I'm saying that's the bad side. I just want to be a good boy. I don't want to get into any legal issues. I don't even torrent stuff anymore. I used to torrent movies and watch movies for free. I don't even do that anymore. Like, I just feel bad torrenting stuff, emulating stuff. A lot of people do it because it's a supply issue, right? That's just me. I like playing older games on their original controller, especially. Yeah, that's a big one. That having that original feel, August, for a video game. I agree. I like the old school look to them. Like, I prefer the way Super Mario World looks from my SNES to a old TV than the new version on the Switch. But work with what you got, Yeah. There's a bit of nostalgia in there too, right? You grew up playing that game looking like that, so you're fond of it looking that way. People that haven't played the game that way might think differently, right? And I 100% agree with you, because there are older games that I'm a big fan of that I just like playing the original way, the way it came out. The reason I would get physical copies on DVD with movies and TV shows, because the difference from streaming devices, you can watch it on your DVD. In case services, you have to pay for it. There's streaming services on smart devices and TV. I have a smart TV, but it's better for a backup at the same time, as that's the difference from downloading games where you can still rely on. I would use RetroArch for games. That's the difference from watching even smart TV. Physical copies are a cheaper way to watch stuff too if you can't pay the bills for streaming services. Yeah. And streaming services also. I dropped something off of my desk, by the way. That's why I'm looking down. Let me blow this candle out real quick. Oh, that's hot. Never mind. I'll wait. But no, streaming services, like my youngest brother, he actually doesn't believe in streaming services, where he just thinks they're a scam. And there's some truth to what he says as well, because he's like, they just want you to sign up for a bunch of stuff. They make it sound cheap, like, oh, $7 a month, $8 a month. It's not that much. But then, how much stuff do you actually watch? That's another thing. Sometimes I go months without using like some of the services I have, and that's just money in the trash, right? Like, do people actually get the value out of it? Like, if you're someone that watches Netflix and Disney Plus and whatever you have every day, then yeah, you're probably getting value from that. But then there are people that might just watch something once in a while. Is that worth it? So you have to kind of just know what type of person you are. My brother's not really one that watches too much stuff, so for him it's not worth it to have any streaming service, because he's the type that will torrent something if he really wants it, or if he really likes something, he'll buy it and then he has it forever. He'll either buy it, or he is okay with torrenting stuff here and there if he really wants to watch something. but he doesn't feel like it's worth it to spend even like $7-8 a month on a streaming service when he knows he's not going to get the value out of it because he's not going to really watch it like that. And sometimes I feel like that too, when like Disney goes a good while without releasing anything, right? Like right now I'm getting value out of Disney Plus because Skeleton Crew is out, the new Star Wars show. I've been watching that. What If Season 3, the Marvel show, will start tomorrow actually. The first episode drops tomorrow. So like this month I feel like I'm getting value out of Disney Plus. I've also been watching like Christmas and holiday specials on Disney Plus this month, so I've been really getting my value out of Disney Plus this month. But I can't say the same about it every month. There are definitely months I've gone without even using it, and I felt like that. And if you think about it, I've lost $7-8 or whatever it is for that month. I think Disney Plus is actually more. I wouldn't consider it a scam. In that case, cable is a scam. Yeah, because you're paying so much. And how much do you actually watch? It's a low cost of entry for maximum variety. Yeah. The cost of buying a Blu-ray is like $20, which is more than most streaming services. Go to the movies, it's over $20. Yeah. But if you don't watch anything, then yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah. I know what you're saying. It's not a scam. But my brother, I said it was a scam because my brother says it's a scam. To him, it's a scam. He says it's a scam. Yeah, if you get value out of it, if you're that type of person, like I would say Switch Online for me is not, it's like worth it. You just have to, you have to be the right type of person for whatever the service is. But I think for some people, they also just want to be able to, they want to just actually own the stuff they like by having a physical version of it. Especially if things get altered in the future. I know Star Wars, the original trilogy, the way it was released in theaters, that doesn't exist anymore because they digitally remastered the Star Wars movie. So if you go to the store now and you buy like the Star Wars DVD or Blu-ray set, whatever they have, probably Blu-ray, it'll be the digitally remastered version, and the actual theater versions of the original Star Wars trilogy doesn't exist anymore. They never released it. They released it on VHS back in the day, but once the movies were coming out to DVD, they never released it. So there's this YouTuber named Hello Greedo on YouTube. He's a Star Wars channel that I watch, and he says, like, he talks about the importance of physical media because he owns the original unaltered versions of the original Star Wars trilogy movies, and that's how he experienced it as a kid when he was in the theaters watching Star Wars for the very first time. That's what he wants to remember it as. Those versions don't exist anymore. They don't even exist. I mean, someone probably has put out a digital version of it, I'm sure, at this point in this, but as far as having a physical version of it, it doesn't exist. You can't even buy it if you wanted to. He held on to his VHS tapes because that's the only way to watch those authentically, originally, right? Obviously, I'm sure somebody has probably digitized the original theater version of Star Wars and has put it out there on torrent websites. So I'm sure if you want to actually watch it digitally, you could. But yeah, you just feel like that sense of ownership over it if something does get altered, and it's like a part of history that stays with you. YouTube TV is great alternative for not only old movies but to also watch even cartoons like Arthur. It has the 24/7 PBS channel, though. It still has Arthur, but the only main con is it has Weird Times. YouTube TV, that's kind of like the live. They show stuff how like TV used to show stuff in the past. I mean, I guess TV still does that. Cable does that, right? Things have set times. They come on at certain times. Okay. You said, yeah, I'm just debating with your brother's argument. Like Weird Times to have reruns, but it also has cop shows, depending on the channel. I've never really like dived into YouTube TV. Don't know much about it. That is weird for YouTube TV because it's being YouTube. We should technically be able to watch any old episode whenever we want. Yeah, you would think of it like kind of like YouTube should maybe have their own streaming service almost, right? With certain shows and stuff that you could pick and choose and watch when you want. So that's kind of like the whole age that YouTube started, to watch what you want when you want. I mean, Netflix kind of started that too, I guess, but you know, YouTube's a similar thing. I know the difference, but I looked it up on Amazon for the bonus disc of the movies. Have how do you say that? Theatrical release of those movies. Oh, that's like the theater version. Theatrical. I don't know why I can't pronounce that. Theatrical release of those movies. The PBS channel I'm referring to is PBS Kids channel. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Like some other. There's also a Disney Junior channel, right? Like YouTube Live, and it just has random episodes playing of that show. Or like I guess the PBS Live on YouTube TV would just have a bunch of different PBS shows that play, and then the Disney Junior Live YouTube TV, because I've seen that one. We'll have different like Disney Junior shows playing at random times, or maybe not random time. Maybe there's a guide, maybe there's a sequence. I don't know, but it's just something you could put up if you just want to watch a bunch of Disney stuff back to back without having to like change or select things, right? I guess it's great if you just want your kids occupied. You just put on PBS Kids Live on YouTube or Disney Junior Live on YouTube, and it'll just cycle through a bunch of episodes and shows. Oh, you're breaking it down for me? I can't, even after you're breaking a decal. Decal? I am not pronouncing that right. And I'm a teacher and I can't pronounce that. I don't know, that's such a weird word. Like der. So it's like decal. Oh, there we go. Theatrical. There we go. Okay, that was way easier too. The 8 and I guess the R. The R threw me off there. Theatrical. There we go. Theatrical. Thanks, August. Appreciate it. English is such a hard language for people to learn. Even people that know how to speak English properly struggle to speak it. That's why so many immigrants struggle to learn this language, because the rules and the way you pronounce stuff it's all jacked up. It's such a confusing language. I don't know if you guys seen that meme where the guy writes empty. I'm sure you guys have seen this. But they say that English is so complicated and it's because of this. Here, I'll write it on this piece of paper. Let's see if I remember how to do it. Actually, I don't even know. I have to remember how to do this. Okay. Basically, it's like this. So there's empty is the word. Empty. You pronounce this empty, right? I guess if you like cross out the P, it still says like empty. MT, right? You cross out these two, it's like empty. And empty. Well, they would erase it on a whiteboard, so it would, after they erased it, it would be empty. But like, there's a lot of letters and stuff in the English language that don't really need to be there. You pronounce the P, empty. You say empty when I say empty. Is that wrong? I never pronounce the P. I always say empty. That's empty. Yeah, like the way that Judai just wrote it, empty has to have slight accent between the M and T, empty. Yeah, like I think that's how you pronounce it without the P in there. I've never said the P. I always just say MT. It's literally two letters. Like silent. Yeah, silent. The P is silent, but with a slight thick accent pronounced. So I guess maybe some people do pronounce it. Depending on your accent, you might pronounce the P, but I usually would never use the P. Because then you're saying empty. 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 I mean, I guess you could say that. Empty. Empty. But then again, like, your just way of speaking, sometimes you just don't pronounce certain sounds just because of the way you talk. Like, I say Santa. It's Santa. Santa. But I say Santa. Like, I don't even say that. Santa. The T. I don't really pronounce the T in Santa. It's Santa with the T, right? But if I see Santa, I'll be like Santa Claus. That's Santa Claus. Santa. Like, I say Santa Claus. I don't even pronounce the T in Santa. So I think I honestly just pronounce a lot of stuff wrong on purpose because it's just my way of speaking, like my type of slang or whatever. It's just my way of speaking. I made a video today, actually, when Santa was outside. See, I just said it again. I was like, there goes Santa. Like, and it was after I watched that video, I realized that I don't really... I mean, I've known this in the past, but it reminded me that I don't say the T in Santa. I say Santa. I say emp. Like hemp. Okay. Santa Claus. Yeah. I've always said Santa Claus. It just seems more natural to say Santa Claus than Santa. They say Santa just feels like too much work. Why put in that extra work when you could just say Santa Claus? Santa. Okay. Alright, I've been streaming for too long. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours at this point. We barely played a video game. I think we played games for like less than an hour today on stream. But I'm gonna get ready to bounce. But it was nice to just, you know, pull off that band-aid, come back to streaming after 3 weeks. My goal, again, for the rest of this year, 2024, is to finish Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Next time we stream this game, I'm going to definitely try to do 2 to 3 hours of actual gameplay so we can actually make some decent progress in the game. The next game we're going to stream, which I'm going to try to do tomorrow, is Link's Awakening. We're going to try to do 2 hours of Link's Awakening tomorrow. I am close to the end of that game, so I'm pretty sure we'll definitely finish that game soon. But I know Mario and Luigi is going to require maybe like some 3-hour streams. A couple 3-hour streams for us to like get it done. But we'll get there. Like Mario. Some say Mario, yeah. Or Mario. Yeah. I watch a lot of YouTubers that pronounce Mario the way you just did, or Mario, or Mario, right? Yeah, but it's just like I never question them or say like they're wrong. It's just their way of saying the name, and I just accept it. How about the word like time out or it's time? It is obvious to say time like silent, but make a short T sound. It's time. Time out. Time. I mean, I would say for both, for it's time and time out, I would just make the regular T sound, time. Say time like silent, but so I'm like, are you not pronouncing the T sound? Or T? The short sound is, I mean, does T have a short sound? Because don't vowels have short sounds? Which is like the letter themselves, like A. Short A sound would be A, short O sound is O, short I is I, short E is E, right? I didn't know, like, because T is a consonant, it's not a vowel, so I don't think it has another sound. Alright, Amon, I'll see you, take care. Thanks for chilling the whole stream, Amon. Appreciate you being here. Even though you've been quiet in the chat, I appreciate you being here. Even though we didn't play that many video games today, still appreciate you hanging out. Unless it's like saying TV. That requires saying T and TV. Yeah, that's different though. T is not vowel. No, saying the E part, like time. Oh, you're talking about, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, you're talking about the end of the word. Yeah. So time, you wouldn't say the E because that's they call it a magic E, right? Magic E, where you don't hear the E sound because there's I, because I is there. It has something to do with there being a vowel there, because there's the I, which is a vowel in time. It makes the E silent. And if you get rid of the E, you would actually say Tim. Right? Tim. Because then I makes its so here's a little lesson. I makes its regular sound when the E isn't there. So think of time and Tim. Because you're like, why is time pronounced the way it is? Because there's an E there, I does its short sound, and you say the letter I. Time, you can hear I. But if you get rid of the E, then I doesn't make its short sound, it makes its regular sound or long sound, which is, it's a short sound, the regular sound? I can't remember, I'm getting them confused, if short or long. But I makes its usual sound, which is I. So Tim is I, Tim. Put an E there, I doesn't go I anymore, I goes I, so it's time. Thing is, I used to teach this stuff, but my kids are first graders now, and they don't even know their letters, so all I'm teaching them is their letters and sounds. We don't even go really into like the building, like using magic E and stuff like that. I used to. When I was my first year of teaching, I did all that stuff. That's why I still remember like those rules. What's up, Carmen? How are you? You said, oh sorry for missing the last two. No worries. I've barely been streaming, but I appreciate you stopping in today. We'll be streaming a lot this upcoming week because I'm on winter break, so you'll definitely be able to tune into one of the future ones. We're actually going to be streaming tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I'll be streaming tomorrow. Link's Awakening for about 2 to 3 hours tomorrow. All right, take care, Judai. Nice talking to you. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, August, I'm gonna go make that soup. I'll see. It's kind of getting late now. It's almost 10. I'll see if I'm in the mood for soup still or if I'm gonna do something else tonight before bed. You said I'm so sorry for missing the... You don't have to be sorry. I was out of my house. No worries, dude. No worries. If you're free and I'm streaming, stop on in. If you got nothing better to do, if you got other stuff to do, never apologize for missing a stream. You got a life to live. Go live it. Alright, guys. It's nice to be back. And this was a good stream to have. Even though we didn't play many video games today, it was nice to just get back on camera. Talk for almost 3 hours straight with you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow with Link's Awakening. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, Carmen, for stopping in. Thank you, Judai. Thank you, August. Thank you, Amon. Thank you, SA, who was in here earlier. Appreciate all you guys stopping in today. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, it's been your bro, Super Bro Zulfi. Peace. Shoo.